Hello, good people. This is Jason Irvin, aka The Janitor, here bringing you another episode of Wash, Rinse, Repeat. Now, today's Friday, March 29th, and we're going to be continuing on our journey down the overthewire.org web series. Usually, as you know, we drop videos on Mondays and Wednesdays, but there's a few changes that I've been making to production and the studio, and I'm believing that the best way to release videos would be to have the news on Monday and then the technical work actually on Fridays. Let me know how you like it in the comments below. But as usual, without any further ado, let's cue that intro and get right into that terminal. So we left off previously on Bandit's level 23 through 24, and the level goal says a program is running automatically at regular intervals from cron, the time-based job scheduler. Look in etccron.d for configuration and see what command is being executed. Note, this level requires you to create your first shell script. This is a very big step, and you should be proud of yourself when you beat this level. Keep in mind that your shell script is removed once executed, so you may want to keep a copy around. Perfect. So let's go ahead and log into this box. Paste the password there. Now that we're on the box, let's go ahead and cd to etccron.d, do a ls-al, and we can see that the file we're looking for is there. We do a cat on the cron job underscore bandit24. And we can see here that there's a file, or actually a script, that's been written here, and we should take a look at it. So we're going to do a cat on user bin cronjob24.sh. So let's read out this script line by line and say what it says. So the first line is telling us that this is a bash script. So that's the shell that we're writing it in. The first thing it's going to do is type a who am I. And once it does that, it's going to place that in the my name variable. Then the script's going to cd to var spool and my name. Now in this instance, my name should be bandit24 because that's the account we want to get to, and that's who should be running this script. The echo is for displaying something on the screen, so it's going to say exactly what it's doing. It says executing and deleting all scripts in var spool and $ my name, which is that variable. In this case, it's going to be bandit24 again, and then it goes into a for loop, and it says for I. So we're creating a variable of I in asterisk space dot asterisk. So in this directory of, let's see here, var spool bandit24, it says do this if the variable I is not equal to a dot, or if the variable I is not equal to dot, which is the directory or the directory above it. It's going to write out on the screen handling $I, so that's that variable again. And then it's going to time out for about 60 seconds. And then it will execute with the / there, the $I. So it will execute everything that's in that directory that is not the current directory or the directory above it. After it executes what's in the directory, then it will remove everything out of the directory. So the FI is closing out that if statement, and then the done is finalizing the bash script. Okay, so previously, one thing that we had read was that it was very important to look at older scripts that we've seen. So let's go ahead and scroll up, and let's scroll all the way up. That was the previous box. Let's go to the beginning box. We first saw the first script. Now the first script that they wrote was again a bash script. It had changed the permissions to this file, and it did a cat on the password. That's where the passwords are held, and it put it in this temp directory. So let's go ahead and copy this script here. Move down to the bottom. Let's go somewhere where we can write a file. So let's go to temp janitor. This is a folder that we created previously. As you can see, I don't know if you remember or if you went through that video where it was a bunch of file types and we kept having to unzip those file types. But in here, let's go ahead and do a make directory. We may not need to make a directory, so let's just create a file. So we're going to vi janitor bandit 24.sh. That's going to be the name of our script. So we're going to hit enter here and hit I for insert and hold down Control Shift V to paste everything that we need here on the screen. So we don't need this line here to change the permissions, and we need to modify the script to instead ask for the password for Bandit 24 instead of 22. So go to the 2, press the letter R for replace, and then press the number 2. And then we can take out this long file name here. And the way we deleted those files there was typing the X key. We're going to actually save this as Bandit24 pass. So we're going to take the password from Etsy bandit_pass bandit24 and write it to the temp bandit24 password file. And we're getting an error here. Let's see here. What did I do? Let's right quit again. We're still getting an error. Let's copy this by highlighting it all here. We're going to do something a little different. Let's highlight this all and hit Control C for copy and Q for quit. Hit enter. And we're going to make a new directory where we can work out of. So let's type mkdir to make a directory. Bandit24, and let's see here. It's giving us a permission denied. So the reason why it's giving us a permission denied is because when we created this folder, we were Bandit 12. So we need to create a brand new directory for everything we're about to do. So let's do an mkdir from temp and call it janitor24, and let's cd into that directory. And you can see that there's nothing in here, and it's actually being written to by Bandit23. So let's do a vi on that file again we just created. So that's janitor bandit 24.sh, and let's enter what we had previously. It doesn't look like I copied that right, so let's type dd to delete that line, and let's go ahead and make those edits we needed to do again. So change that 22 to 24, and we need to change that temp file to the location that we're currently in. So type X to get rid of all these characters. And press A to append so we can add stuff here. And we're going to type janitor24 / the file name that we want it to be called. And we're going to call this just simply Bandit24 pass. And we need to go up and delete this entire line here. And the way we're going to do that is typing dd. That deletes that entire line, because we don't need that. And hit escape : WQ exclamation. Now it's still going to give us a slight error there, but that's something we can ignore by just hitting enter and type ls-al, and we can see that our script is now here. We need to change the permissions of this script, and we can just make it so everybody can read, write, and execute by typing chmod 777 and janitor bandit24.sh. Now we can see again that our script should be read from that var spool bandit24 directory. So we need to copy our script here to var spool bandit24. So cp for copy janitor bandit24.sh to var spool bandit24. Yeah, that looks like we put it in the right spot. Perfect. So everything looks good here. And let's write us a quick bash script by typing while true, hit enter, and then the next line comes up. We're going to type do, hit enter again, and we want to list everything that's happening in the directory, ls-al, hit enter again, and we'll do it every 5 seconds. So type sleep space 5, enter, and hit done. And let's wait here for a little while. So what we're waiting for is for the script that Bandit 24 has to run to be able to give us the password back into our directory. So every 5 seconds, our script is going to run. And the way that their script was written, we know that in 60 seconds, our script should actually be run. And that should give us the Bandit 24 password into our Janitor 24 directory. I think we've waited enough time. Something is wrong here. And you know what? I believe that Bandit 24, kind of like where we were having errors writing to that previous directory that we did, Bandit 24 is having a hard time writing to our directory in the temp folder because it was written by us. So what we need to do is type chmod. So we're going to change the permissions to our temp janitor 24 folder so that everybody can read, write, and execute into our folder. So chmod 777 /temp janitor 24, and we need to again copy our script back into the varspool bandit 24 directory because it was deleted. And when we do that, let's hit the up arrow and run our script again that will refresh the screen every 5 seconds. And let's see if that makes any difference. And there we have it. That Bandit 24 pass is now here. Let's cap that. And there's our password that we're looking for. So we're going to copy that and go ahead and put that in our notes. Levels 23 to 24 complete. And we did that through bash scripting. So let's go ahead and exit out of this box and get to the next level. So on Bandit's level 24 to 25, it says a demon is listening on port 30,002 and will give you the password for Bandit 25 if given the password for Bandit 24 and a secret numeric 4-digit PIN code. There's no way to retrieve the PIN code except by going through all of the 10,000 combinations, and this is called brute forcing. Okay, well, let me think about how we're going to do this one. Let's go ahead and log into the box again, paste in that password, and let's do a ls-al. There's nothing here for us, but I think we can netcat. So nc on port 30,002. Oh, okay. Let's redo that. So let's do an nc, so netcat to the local host, and the local host is going to be 127.0.0.1, and then let's put the port number after that, so 30,002. Perfect. And there it is. That's what's listed. It says I'm a PIN code checker for Bandit 25. Please enter the password for Bandit 24 and set the secret PIN code on a single line separated by a space. So let's put the password that we have saved here, and it says fail. You did not supply enough data. Try again. Okay, let's break out of this by holding down Control C. And I do believe we're going to need to write another bash script that will help us here. So Control C, and let's go ahead and go to our temp directory. Yeah, we can go ahead and go to that one. CD to temp janitor 24. And the reason why I think it's safe for us to do that is because we did change the permissions here to allow everybody to read, write, and execute access to this folder. So now that we're here, ls-al, we can see that all what we did previously. But what we need to do is go ahead and vi again and create a new script. So this one's going to be called janitor brute because we need to brute force 10,000 combinations of files. So again, we're going to do a hashtag or a hashtag and an exclamation. It's called shebang, and then type /bin/bash for the shell that we're going to be using. What we're going to type here is for I, so the variable I, in, and when in brackets, we need to type what we want I to be. So we're going to do 1 and 2 periods through 10,000 and close that out. And then we're going to say do. We're going to echo in parentheses the password, and then put a $I after that. So the password plus the numbers 1 through 10,000. And we're going to output that. So when we do 1, what is that, a greater than sign? I believe that's greater than. But when we do 1 greater than sign, that's the create. And when we do 2 greater than signs, we're going to overwrite. So it really doesn't matter at this point because this file doesn't actually exist. But just by habit, I put 2. But in the in our current directory, we're going to make a new file called Bandit 25. Underneath that, we need to type done to finish our script. Then we need to hit escape, WQ exclamation, and hit enter again. ls-al, and you can see that janitor brute file is here. Let's go ahead and change permissions of this file to 777 so that everybody can read, write, and execute this file. And we'll have a janitor 777 janitor brute. And since this is a script, let's go ahead and move this from being named janitor brute to janitorbrute.sh. Now let's execute it by hitting period / janitorbrute.sh, and we should have a new file here that's called Bandit 25 right there. Let's cat that file and see what's in there. So cat Bandit 25, and there it is. That's the password followed by all the numbers from 1 to 10,000. So let's take this file here. So we're going to cat this file. We're going to cat janitorbrute.sh and put it and give the output to the netcat on port to the port that's listening on what was it, 30,002? Yeah, 30,002. Let's hit enter there. It's not quite what we're looking for. What did I mess up here? Oh, okay. We don't want to use the script. We want to use the output that we just created from the script. So with that, let's ls-al again because, yeah. Let's take that Bandit 25 file, cat that, and then put that into that listening port. Yeah, that'll work. So let's hit enter with that. And it's going through all the pin codes, and it got us going there. It was definitely the last one. So let's go ahead and copy and paste that into our notes. Now, did you see what we just did? We basically created a file list that had created a script that wrote out all the numbers 1 through 10,000, and that output, we were able to put that into the listening port and end up with our password, because that's what it was looking for. The password from the previous exercise plus a number between 1 and 10,000. So this episode went a little long, over the 10 minutes what we usually do, but I knew it was going to be like that when we were talking about bash scripting. In today's episode, though, we were able to go over 3 different ways of writing a bash script. So we were able to take somebody else's script and modify it to do what we needed it to do. The second way was we were able to write a bash script straight from command line by doing that while true loop that we did to keep the screen refreshing that directory. And the third way, we were able to create a custom script that was able to take the numbers 1 through 10,000 and append them to our password that we have gotten to allow us to get the flag. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that it gave you a little knowledge, and drop me a line and let me know what you were thinking. Like and subscribe. And as always, I'm Jason Irvin, aka The Janitor. As always for you, stay focused, never quit.